Finally, my first night sleeping in a camping quilt with my Lazy Bear camping blanket. Oh, tonight is gonna be magical. Wait. What?
Oh, the Lazy Bear blanket and pillow in my hammock in my backyard. How perfect is that? What is that? Oh man, this Lazy Bear blanket is making the best pillow fort. Okay, so I could put this pillow right here, and let's grab this pillow right here and see what we got. Let's see, grab that one, and what is this light? I need to go here and see what's going on. No way! Huh!
John? Matt?
Jesse? Wait, what are you doing in my hammock?
What are you guys doing in my tent?
Never mind that. What are you guys doing in my pillow for? My shelter?
Wait, John, is that a pillow fort?
No, it's not.
It definitely looks like a pillow fort, John.
It's, I'm practicing my bushcraft skills.
Right.
Meh, let's be real. Been there, done that. But seriously, what on earth is going on? How is this even happening?
I think it might have something to do with this blanket.
I mean, the blanket is pretty amazing.
But is it magical?
I don't know, but do you guys know what this means?
Wait, I can come to the Canadian Rockies?
I won't have to pay shipping and customs!
Me and Jesse can finally go backpacking together.
Don't you guys live in the same city?
I won't have to pay shipping and customs. Just kidding, Maddie. But seriously, you guys, we're gonna be able to go on some awesome trips!
Yeah!
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 Jesse? John?
Jesse? Maddie?
Wait, Matt? John? You guys? Oh, well. At least tonight is gonna be nice and cozy. Because this blanket is amazing. And I'm gonna tell you all about it. Now, the first thing you need to know about me is that I am not a quilt user. At least, I never historically have been up until just recently. Sort of. At least I'm trying it out. And that is where the Big Blue Mountains Lazy Bear Camp Quilt and their Lazy Bear pillow comes into play. See, historically, I am a mummy bag sleeper, and I love my mummy bag, but I've been seeing all these quilts around, and I thought I'd like to get started with trying to quilt, and that's when I discovered the Lazy Bear camping quilt. Now, this is not a typical backpacking quilt in that it doesn't have a foot box or a drawstring at the foot box or even shoulder drawstrings. It is just a basic camping blanket, which is what they call it. But I figured it would be the perfect thing to start my foray into quilts. And so far, it's been pretty good. In fact, it's been really good. And I'm going to tell you all about the features of this blanket. But first of all, I'm going to tell you how I'm going to use it. Now, unfortunately, I got this blanket and pillow at the end of the camping season. As you can see, it is fall, which means up here in Canada, it is cold. This is rated to 45 degrees Fahrenheit comfort level, and it regularly dips well below that now this time of year. So I have had a chance to test it a couple of nights, and on one of those nights, it did get to around the 45 degree mark. Now remember, I'm a cold sleeper. And frankly, I did find it a little chilly. But I think this would be a great summertime quilt if you're a warm sleeper, or what this has really become 110% for me is my go-to around the campfire quilt, blanket, cuddly thing. I actually love this quilt. I use this actually at home every night. It has become a quilt that I sleep with regularly. And when I'm not sleeping with it, it comes down to the couch. When I'm watching YouTube, just like the rest of you, I cuddle up in this thing. It is surprisingly comfy. And the insulation, even though it's just a synthetic insulation, is really fluffy, like really like down. Like it really reminds me of down. So I find it super comfy. Now, a few cool things to know about it is it actually does have a water resistant fabric on the blanket. And I was actually pretty surprised. I actually ran the tap over this thing at home and was surprised by how well the water like beaded off. Like I had to really like rub the water in to get the insulation wet, and that's synthetic insulation, so even then it's not really going to affect its warmth. But just a cool little feature that if you're sitting around camp in the rain with this thing, you know, it's going to be able to hold its own. One of the things that I'm most excited about this, it's weight to warmth rating. I can't remember the exact weight. I'll put that right up here, but I'm pretty sure it's 1.5 or 1.46 or something pounds, which is, for me, really light, and at 45 degrees comfort rating is pretty warm. And even though I was a little cold at 45 degrees myself, like I would have no problem taking this out at 50, 55 degrees Fahrenheit. It would be great. But what I'm really looking forward to is taking this out winter camping. Not by itself, but using my down sleeping bag and using this as a quilt on top or even inside. Like it's so thin and like fluffy that I think I could actually put it inside my down sleeping bag and it could kind of work around me. Now, the only thing I'm worried about is that what's called a vapor barrier. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try outside first. I haven't had enough cold nights to test both of those combinations up. I have used it with another synthetic sleeping bag, and with this on top of it, I was quite warm. I was really toasty warm, obviously with my base layers and everything. I really enjoyed it. This blanket, in my opinion, is fantastic. Like, I think everybody should get it just for around home, honestly. But definitely like around the campfires, out car camping, this blanket is going to always be in my car camping kit 110% of the time. Backpacking, I won't take it all the time, but anytime I can spare the extra pound and a half for a little extra comfort, I will definitely be bringing my Lazy Bear blanket. Now the pillow comes in a couple different styles. This is the Cooper Springer pillow, and it is typical synthetic fill. It does pack up pretty small, and you can pack it into its little stuff sack just like that. To be 100% honest, I like something with a little bit more, I don't know, like weight to it for underneath my head. I actually really like inflatable pillows for that because I find otherwise my head sinks in too much and I get a kink in my neck. But what I have been looking for is a pillow for between my knees for when I sleep on my side. So I have been taking this pillow and doing just that, folding it in half, and when I go out, I sleep with it between my knees, and it keeps that nice little bit of distance, you know, between your knees hitting each other. And again, something I've been using actually at home regularly. So I do really like this pillow. It's very warm, even if I don't fold it over. If I just leave it kind of between my legs, the rest of the pillow is close to my body, and as I'm sleeping, I can actually feel my body radiating heat into it and it radiating heat back to me. So I know that that's not what it's really used for, but it's what I like it for. But again, this is still a great travel pillow. You could use this for car camping, use this traveling on long road trips, set it up against the window. It's a great pillow. I would personally never use this as my regular backpacking pillow. It will only ever probably come out with me on winter trips when I'm used to carrying a little extra weight as it is. Again, I can't remember how much this weighs. I'll put that right up here. But it's a good pillow. And the blanket, to be 100% honest, I feel like the blanket is where it's really at. Like, I can't say it. I love even holding it. It's so fluffy. So maybe you're like me and you're just starting to look at camping quilts and you're not quite ready to invest the like $200-300. You're not sure if you'd like it, but you want to test it out. Well, why don't you get the Lazy Bear camping quilt, or really any quilt, take it out with you on a couple of test trips and see how you sleep. All that being said, if you're looking for a magical blanket that's going to open up a portal to connect you with your friends all over the world, well, I can't guarantee that, but I can guarantee that if you go over and watch either Maddie's or John's videos, you will definitely be entertained and learn a thing or two more about this amazing blanket. And if you're looking for a solid blanket to get started into the quilting game, or something that you want to take around the campfire, or just around home, it is really that amazing. I highly suggest you check out the Lazy Bear quilt, link in the link description below.